Who is this woman in the picture, huh? Explain yourself.
Baby, it's not what you think. Let me explain.
Explain. You're holding her like she's yours.
It's innocent, I swear. You're the only one for me.
The woman in the photo wasn't a stranger. She had the same husband, the same wedding ring, the same wedding date, and 2 children who called him dad. So when she found that photo hidden on his laptop, she wasn't confused. She was certain of one thing. Somewhere out there, her life was being lived again. At first, she tried to explain it away. A relative, a coincidence, something harmless. But the details refused to fit into anything normal. Because this wasn't just a similar life. It was identical. That was the part that didn't make sense. And once something doesn't make sense, it doesn't let you go. She didn't confront him. Not yet. Instead, she started watching, paying attention to things she had ignored before. Late nights that stretched just a little too far. Phone calls taken outside. Weekends that didn't quite add up. It wasn't obvious. It was careful, and that made it worse. A week later, she followed him. She told herself she wouldn't. But some questions don't give you a choice. He drove out of the city, into a quiet neighborhood where everything looked settled. Normal. He parked in front of a house. And before he could knock, the door opened. The woman from the photo stood there. She smiled when she saw him. Not surprised. Not confused. Like she had been expecting him. He stepped inside. Like he belonged there. And just like that, everything became real. She waited only a few seconds before getting out of the car. Every step toward the house felt heavier than the last. Because this wasn't curiosity anymore. It was confirmation. She knocked. The door opened almost immediately. And the woman looked at her. Not with confusion. Not with shock. But with recognition. That was the moment something shifted. Because strangers don't recognize each other like that. Inside, the house looked exactly like the photo. Same furniture. Same warmth. Same life. Children's drawings on the walls. Shoes by the door. Everything carefully built over time. And then she saw him. Standing there. Caught between 2 worlds that had finally collided. Silence filled the room. Heavy. Unavoidable. The truth didn't come from him. It came from everything else. Documents. Dates. Bank records. Schedules. All of it aligned in a way that couldn't be dismissed. He hadn't been lying about where he was. He had just been splitting himself. Half the week in one life. Half in another. 2 names. 2 identities. Built carefully over years. It started after his business collapsed. Debt followed. Then legal trouble. So he did something most people would never even consider. He erased himself. And created someone new. But he didn't let go of the old life. He kept both. Maintained both. Perfectly balanced. Until something slipped. The photo wasn't the beginning. It was the first crack. Standing in that room, both women realized the same thing at the same time. Neither of them was the other woman. Both of them were real. Both of them were chosen. Both of them had been living a lie. The difference was, only one life could legally exist. And as everything unraveled, it became clear which one would remain. Because one identity had records, history, proof. The other only had memories. And memories don't survive investigation. By the time it was over, one marriage stayed on paper. The other disappeared, erased completely, as if it had never happened. And the man who built both lives so carefully lost everything. Because when the truth finally surfaced, neither woman chose to stay.